Hello everyone, Al Roker here, ready to talk about a time-honored tradition, the Old Farmer's Almanac. As summer fades and we sense that first chill, many of us wonder, what will winter bring? For over 2 centuries the Almanac has been a trusted guide, blending old-school wisdom with modern science to predict the season ahead. Its secret formula combines solar science, climatology, and meteorology, creating a unique long-range forecast. Picking up the latest edition is a late summer ritual for many, sparking conversations about white Christmases and ski trips. More than just a forecast, it connects us to generations past who relied on its pages to plan for the changing seasons. So, as we approach winter 2025 to 2026, let's see what the Almanac predicts for the West Coast. Here's the big headline. If you're living anywhere along the West Coast, from the lush forests of British Columbia down to the sun-soaked beaches of Southern California, you might want to keep your heavy winter gear in storage this year. The latest seasonal outlook is in, and it's painting a picture of a winter that's not only milder than usual, but also drier. According to the Old Farmer's Almanac, the West Coast is in for a season where sunshine outpaces storms. Instead of bracing for relentless rain or biting cold, residents can expect more days with gentle breezes, clear skies, and comfortable temperatures. Imagine strolling through San Francisco in a cozy sweater, or heading out in Los Angeles with just a light jacket. Even in Vancouver, where winter usually means gray skies and drizzle, the forecast calls for more mild, pleasant days. It's a season that invites you outdoors, whether you're walking the dog, meeting friends at a cafe, or simply enjoying the fresh air. For the Bay Area, this shift means even less rainfall than the already modest amounts the region typically receives. Expect more days with blue skies stretching over the Golden Gate and hills that stay dry well into the new year. The air will feel crisp, but not biting, making it a comfortable time for city strolls or weekend getaways. The main reason? A persistent high-pressure system is expected to settle over the Pacific, acting like a shield that pushes away major storms. This weather pattern keeps the atmosphere stable, so instead of turbulent winds and heavy downpours, the region will see more tranquil days and calm seas along the coast. While this is great news for anyone planning outdoor activities or hoping to save on heating costs, it's not without its drawbacks. Farmers, water managers, and ski resorts are already eyeing the forecast with concern. Less rain and snow means reservoirs may not refill, farmland could stay parched, and ski slopes might remain bare, impacting both recreation and resources. Of course, a mild winter in Seattle still means more rain than a mild winter in Los Angeles. The Pacific Northwest will see its share of showers, but overall, both regions will experience warmer and drier conditions than what's typical for this time of year. The trend is clear: less bundling up, more time outside. That doesn't mean winter will be completely uneventful. There will still be the occasional rain shower, a few blustery days, and some chilly mornings. But compared to the storms and cold snaps of years past, this season is shaping up to be much tamer, with fewer disruptions to daily life. So, whether you're an adventurer plotting your next hike, a family planning a winter getaway, or just someone who likes to know what to expect, this forecast offers a glimpse of a West Coast winter that's easier, gentler, and a little more inviting than usual. Get ready to make the most of it. Above normal temperatures might sound vague, so let's break it down. It means daily highs and lows will average a few degrees warmer than the 30-year norm. You won't be wearing shorts in January, but you'll notice fewer frosty mornings and milder afternoons. Gardeners will see less frozen ground and everyone will feel winter's grip loosen a bit. This trend will dominate from December through February, with cold spells less intense and shorter-lived. In the Pacific Northwest, expect more rain than snow at lower elevations. In the Sierra Nevada, the snow line will be higher. These changes affect everything from ski resorts to water management. So, while warmer sounds pleasant, it has real consequences for the region. Above normal temperatures shape not just comfort but the entire ecosystem and economy. Don't pack away your warm clothes just yet. Winter still brings cold snaps. The Almanac pinpoints late November to early December and early February as the chilliest periods. These are the times to check your heating, find your wool socks, and prepare for frosty mornings. Even in a mild winter, these cold spells can catch you off guard, especially in higher elevations. Pipes can freeze, and vulnerable populations need extra care during these dips. By knowing when to expect the cold, you can plan ahead and stay comfortable. The Almanac's heads up helps you be ready for whatever winter throws your way. Stay alert for those brief but biting stretches. The other big story? Less rain than normal. For the West Coast, winter rain is crucial for reservoirs, groundwater, and soil. A dry winter means fewer storms, longer sunny stretches, and less effective natural refilling. This could lead to water conservation measures if the forecast holds. High-pressure systems may block storms, pushing moisture north and leaving California and the Pacific Northwest dry. While you might enjoy more sunny days, the long-term impact on water supply is significant. Even with occasional heavy rain, the overall total matters most for water resources. The Almanac's outlook is a call to be mindful of water use this season. For snow lovers, winter sports enthusiasts, and the ski industry, the outlook this season is less than ideal. The latest forecasts point to below normal snowfall in both the Sierra Nevada and the Cascades, two regions that usually draw thousands of visitors each winter. Resorts that typically buzz with activity may find themselves facing a quieter season, as the snow that blankets the mountains is expected to be thinner and less reliable than usual. Fewer storms are expected to sweep through, and with temperatures running warmer than average, the snow line will be pushed higher up the slopes. This means that only the highest elevations are likely to see consistent snow, while lower and mid-mountain areas may remain bare or only get a dusting. The classic winter wonderland scenes may be harder to find, replaced by more exposed rock and patchy snow. Instead of the usual powder, lower slopes could see more rain than snow, leading to muddy conditions and slushy runs. This shift not only disappoints skiers and snowboarders who look forward to fresh powder, but also makes it harder for resorts to keep trails open and safe. The unpredictable weather can mean last-minute changes to plans and fewer days on the mountain. Still, there will be windows of opportunity. The best chances for fresh powder will come during brief cold snaps, most likely in late November, early December, and again in early February. These short-lived storms could bring bursts of snow, offering a few prime days for winter sports. Resorts and visitors alike will be watching the forecasts closely, hoping to catch these fleeting moments. During these cold spells, ski resorts will work hard to make the most of any new snow, grooming trails and building up the base as much as possible. Every snowfall counts, and crews will be ready to act quickly to prepare the slopes for visitors. But with fewer storms overall, building a solid, lasting base will be a challenge. The impact of a weak snowpack goes far beyond recreation. In California, the snowpack acts as the state's largest natural reservoir, slowly releasing water as it melts in spring and summer. When the snowpack is thin, there's less water to feed rivers, fill reservoirs, and support communities during the dry months. This can have ripple effects on everything from drinking water supplies to hydroelectric power generation. Less snow means less runoff, which puts extra pressure on already stressed water systems. Rivers may run lower, reservoirs may not fill, and the landscape itself can become drier and more vulnerable to drought. These changes affect not just the environment, but also the people and industries that depend on reliable water supplies. That's why this forecast is so important for water managers and farmers across the region. They rely on snowmelt to irrigate crops, supply cities, and plan for the year ahead. A low snowpack means tough decisions and careful planning, as every drop of water becomes more precious. Ultimately, this season's snow outlook is a reminder of how closely weather, the environment, and our daily lives are intertwined. From the thrill of a powder day to the water that flows from our taps, the effects of a low snow year ripple through communities, economies, and ecosystems alike. The West Coast stretches for thousands of miles, from the lush forests of British Columbia all the way down to the sun-soaked beaches of Southern California. While the overall trend this winter is for milder and drier conditions, it's important to remember that this pattern won't look the same everywhere. Each region along the coast has its own unique climate, geography, and weather quirks that shape how the season unfolds. In southern British Columbia, for example, you can expect a milder winter compared to average, but that doesn't mean it'll be dry. The region is famous for its persistent winter rain, especially in cities like Vancouver. While there will be less snow at lower elevations, the higher mountain passes could still see some accumulation. Residents should be prepared for damp, gray days and the occasional chilly wind off the Pacific. Moving south into the Pacific Northwest, including Washington and Oregon, the mild and dry pattern will be even more noticeable. Temperatures are expected to run above normal, and rainfall totals will likely be lower than what's typical for the season. This means fewer gloomy, rainy days and more opportunities to get outside, but it also raises concerns about water supply and the health of local forests. Cities like Seattle and Portland may enjoy more sunshine than usual with crisp, clear winter days. However, the reduced mountain snowpack in the Cascades is a growing concern. Less snow means less runoff in the spring, which can impact everything from drinking water to recreation and agriculture. Ski resorts may see shorter seasons, and river levels could run lower than normal. As we head further south into California, especially Southern California, the dry trend becomes even more pronounced. This region is already known for its arid climate, but this winter, above normal temperatures and below normal precipitation will be the rule. Hillsides that are usually green in winter may stay brown, and the risk of drought conditions will increase. The coldest periods across the West Coast are expected in December and early February, when temperatures could briefly dip below average. The best chances for significant storms will come in January and again in mid-February, offering a window for much-needed rain and snow, especially in the north. For Southern California, the lack of rain will be especially noticeable. Already parched landscapes may become even drier, and riverbeds that usually flow in winter could remain empty. Residents should be mindful of water use and stay alert for any drought advisories. It's important to understand that mild means something different in each city. A mild winter in Vancouver might still mean chilly, wet days, while in Los Angeles it could mean warm afternoons and little need for a jacket. Local differences matter, and what feels like a break from winter in one place might feel quite different just a few hundred miles away. That's why the Old Farmer's Almanac breaks down the forecast by region, helping you see how the big picture plays out right in your own neighborhood. Whether you're planning a ski trip, tending a garden, or just want to know what to expect, these details can help you prepare for whatever this unique West Coast winter brings. The Old Farmer's Almanac is a fascinating tool, but remember, long-range forecasts are guides, not guarantees. The atmosphere is complex and surprises happen. El Niño or La Niña can dramatically shift the winter pattern, sometimes overriding the almanac's predictions. Sudden changes in the jet stream or unexpected weather events can bring cold or storms even in a mild, dry year. That's why it's smart to check short-term forecasts as the season unfolds. Use the almanac for big-picture planning, but stay flexible and ready to adapt. The real details emerge week by week. Enjoy the tradition, but keep your eyes on the daily forecast. So, the almanac calls for a milder, drier winter on the West Coast. Time to plan ahead. Enjoy the prospect of more sun and lower heating bills, but be mindful of water use and drought risks. Gardeners may want to choose drought-tolerant plants. Everyone should fix leaks and conserve water. Prepare for cold snaps by checking your home's insulation and keeping an emergency kit in your car. The weather can still surprise us, so stay ready for anything. Use the forecast as a guide, not a rulebook. Plan for mild and dry, but expect the unexpected. Here's to a safe, comfortable, and happy winter, whatever the weather brings.